The Minneapolis ICE shooting fallout involving Alex Pretti dominates searches today, January 31, 2026, as the second fatal clash between federal immigration agents and civilians this month sparks nationwide fury. On January 24, 37-year-old ICU nurse and U.S. citizen Alex Pretti was gunned down by two Customs and Border Protection CBP agents during a raid in Minneapolis. Shortly after he intervened to aid a woman, agents had pepper sprayed and thrown to the ground amid an operation targeting undocumented immigrants. Video footage, analyzed by CNN and widely circulated, shows Pretti approaching with a cell phone, not a drawn gun, grabbing a backpack to help the woman, only for agents in tan beanies and black gear to escalate repeated face-head strikes, pepper spray blasts, and gunfire. Even after his legally owned handgun was seized by another officer and removed from the scene. Chaos unfolded around 9 a.m. on a Minneapolis street during a routine ICE CBP sweep. Agents confronted two women blowing whistles to obstruct vehicles. Pretti, an avid mountain biker and outdoorsman with no prior record, rushed in as a good Samaritan. Bystanders captured him being tackled, punched, and sprayed while restrained. Then shots rang out from a Border Patrol agent first, followed by a CBP officer, as he lay unarmed. DHS initially claimed self-defense, alleging Pretti tried to massacre agents by reaching for his waistband, but the preliminary CBP report to Congress obtained by CBS admits any gun grab, notes medical aid started 25 seconds post-shooting with chest seals, and confirms EMTs pronounced him dead at Hennepin County Medical Center by 9:30 a.m. Pretti's family and eyewitnesses blast the narrative he was helping, not harming. Per Instagram tributes, this marks the second tragedy. Renee Good, a 37-year-old mother of three, was killed by ICE on January 7 in her vehicle during a similar raid. Fueling Pretti's activism, he was caught on unearthed video 11 days prior spitting, cursing, and kicking an agent SUV taillight at a protest, then shoved down but not charged. President Trump leaped to ICE's defense via Truth Social at 1:26 a.m. today, labeling Pretti an insurrectionist and crazed, posting body cam snippets disputed by outlets, showing resistance, and slamming Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey for inciting riots by vowing investigations. These heroes face mobs daily. Fake news ignores the gun and violence they stopped, Trump wrote, tying it to his largest deportation operation ever. He ordered a full review, dispatched Border Czar Tom Homan to Minnesota for de-escalation, and reassigned the ICE regional head, while urging body cams and stricter warrants going forward. Frey retorted, no excuse for killing a nurse. Federal overreach ends now, as thousands over ICE funding. Outrage crosses aisles. Bipartisan lawmakers demand hearings. Gov. Walz calls agents' actions excessive. Unions sue over tactics. Two shooters. Border Patrol and CBP sit on leave pending probes by CBP's Office of Professional Responsibility and Hennepin autopsy. Al Jazeera notes condemnation despite Trump's spin. BBC profiles Pretti as a protester radicalized post Good but unarmed in the fatal moment. Protests spread to LA, NYC. Polls dip Trump's approval to 48%. Fallout ripples. Minneapolis halts local federal cooperation. DHS pushes sanctuary sabotage penalties. Trump pivots to economy housing bonds. No tax tips, but Minnesota bleeds his messaging. Homan arrives tomorrow for town halls. Expect footage dumps, lawsuits, and deportation recalibration. This flashpoint tests peace through strength at home. Agents emboldened or reined in. Nation watches as videos loop endlessly. Protests erupted immediately after Alex Pretti's fatal shooting by federal immigration agents on January 24, 2026, in Minneapolis, spreading rapidly across the U.S. amid outrage over tactics during Trump's mass deportation raids. Immediate Minneapolis response. Hundreds gathered that evening at the shooting site on Nicollet Avenue and 26th Street despite sub-zero temperatures, lighting candles, chanting Pretti's name, and blocking intersections to honor the 37-year-old ICU nurse. Federal agents deployed tear gas, flashbangs, and pepper spray against crowds, injuring protesters, and a KARE 11 reporter. Two demonstrators were arrested for crossing police tape, while onlookers hurled insults like cowards and Nazis. Local restaurants opened doors to demonstrators, and Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara refused ICE demands to leave the scene. Candlelight vigils drew thousands across the Twin Cities at night, with a GoFundMe for Pretti's family hitting $1 million by January 25. Nationwide demonstrations. By Sunday, January 25, protests exploded in Colorado. Hundreds rallied at the state capitol in Denver with honking music from protests, banned notes of dissent, and signs like ICE equals murderers. Democratic lawmakers. Gatherings in Oshkosh Opera House Square, Appleton 500 plus, Superior 150 at Courthouse, Green Bay, La Crosse, and West Dallas featured cowbells, signs reading No ICE. Major cities. Thousands marched in New York City, hundreds in San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Los Angeles, Boston, Providence, Durham NC, and Oak Park Hill near Chicago. On January 26, protesters targeted an ICE hotel in Minneapolis, entering the vestibule, throwing objects. Clashes and broader fallout demonstrations turned chaotic with fainting, bruises, bloody noses from tear gas, and clashes in frigid conditions. State Senator Omar Fata called it an execution. Protests linked to the prior Renee Good shooting January 7, amplifying anti-ICE fury over body cam shortages and warrantless raids. Trump responded by sending borders or Tom Homan. The rallies persisted into January 31, tying into shutdown fight.